have now reached the point where courts now need to step in to make sure that the citizens, or a large portion of the citizens of the United States, are actually fed. So it was released a couple of hours ago that not one, but two federal judges in the United States is now ordering the Trump administration to not withhold SNAP benefits, or to put it a different way, there is some kind of discretionary fund that can be used in order to make sure that the SNAP program is able to go forward during the month of November. And here it is the day before the beginning of the month, and it takes the courts to step in to make this happen. You know, I remember seeing a clip online maybe about a week ago. And in this clip, President Trump, he's talking about how, the shutdown is going to cause them or give them the opportunity to kind of cancel or take away Democrat programs. What that is or what that means, I don't really know. But it does seem like SNAP might be considered a Democrat program. Ultimately, anything designed to help the underprivileged or the underserved, it seems like it's considered a Democrat program. It shouldn't take the court stepping in. It shouldn't take a federal judge saying, hey, this is the right thing to do. If there's one quality that our president should have, if there's one quality above all else, I feel like compassion is it. I feel like if nothing else, if you don't have this quality or that quality, you would at least have compassion for others, for what people might be going through. But unfortunately, President Trump seems to be lacking that quality. He truly seems to be simply unbothered, He seems to just not care about what happens in the lives of American citizens. And not only is that unfortunate, not only is that terrible, but I would go as far as to say that makes the president dangerous. It is dangerous for us as U.S. citizens to have a president that does not care, a president without compassion, a president that says, what happens to you is not my top priority. To quote something that the White House press secretary said recently, apparently the president's top priority is simply his ballroom. This 90,000 square addition to the White House after after demolishing the entirety of the East Wing. Now listen, I have always been the kind of person that, weighs the pros and the cons. I try not to jump to conclusions. I try to take all the information in before arriving at a certain point, at a certain opinion. But this just doesn't look good. Before you start peeling back the layers, before you start, doing the research simply on its face value, this does not look good. It does not look good for a president to simply say, you know what you're going through doesn't matter. And all of my intentions, all of my focus, my top priority is not on the safety and the security of all of America and its citizens, but it's simply on this, what seems like a monument to himself. Yeah, let's see where this goes.